but we have a phone call also joining us. Let's see who it is. Hello?
Alejandro, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Who's joining me?
This is John Cordisco from upstate New York.
Upstate New York, which I've learned is very different from New York.
Oh, yeah. But my question is this. Not to stir up some controversy, but according to the tiebreak rules that are set by FIDE, if Fabiano Caruana and Karyakin tie, and Karyakin wins on tie breaks, I think it's going to cause a big storm in the United States. That it was unfair. And very much how, like, Kramnik got put out in London in the candidates. And I'm wondering if, after this, if there's going to be a lot of pressure put on FIDE to make some real tie-break rules.
Well, thank you for your question. I'm not entirely sure because I want to say yes. I mean, as a chess player, as a chess fan, as a chess everything, I want to say yes. FIDE is going to fix their stuff because this clearly doesn't work. I mean, there's no. I mean, I'm of the opinion this is ridiculous. You cannot have a tiebreak that's based on math or based on random chance or like one result. I mean, you got to play it out.
I think every grandmaster in the world is going to agree with you and all of us on this point. You tie for first, you play a playoff.
Yeah, but
that's it.
The problem is that, as the viewer pointed out, this already happened.
Right.
This happened.
And it was hugely controversial. Yes. For some strange reason, FIDE didn't change their system immediately to a playoff because somehow Magnus was the golden boy. And Magnus made the challenger's position as a result of the tiebreak. If Magnus had lost the tiebreak to Vladimir, perhaps FIDE would have changed.
That's an interesting point, Yasser. I never thought about it that way.
I mean, again, he was just the golden boy at the time. Everybody wanted to see Magnus play against Vichy, which is what they got.
Right.
And then FIDE didn't change rules, but this would be terrible.
Yes, in fact, I think that is a very important point you just made. Fantastic point. Usually when something feels broke, you fix it. And it feels like if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. And in the case where a Magnus played, you said, well, we have the rules, and Magnus ended up playing. So it can't be so bad. But if you get something where people are saying, well, we really want to see something else happen here, and the crowd is not feeling great about those results, then they could change it. I would disagree just slightly on the tie breaks, even though I'm of the school, absolutely, that the players should have the playoffs, like no question about it. But I would say that if you wanted to do one tiebreak and that was head-to-head in the tournament, you said, well, I beat you in the tournament, right? We have a tie score, but one-on-one against you, I did beat you. I was 1.5-1/2 or 2-0. I took the better of you in the tournament. That is the only tiebreak I could accept. After that tiebreak, that head-to-head, it's got to be a playoff.
We do have a phone call with us.
Hello?
Hello.
Howdy, Alejandro. How are you and the rest of the guys?
I'm good. How are you doing? Who am I speaking to?
This is John again in upstate New York. They let me come on again. So,
how are you? Okay, let's see. What's the question?
I gave it a lot of thought, and I want chess to be a worldwide phenomenon like any sport. And I think the football scoring system like they do in London maybe is a good, really huge first step. In other words, if you're going to be like Magnus Carlsen and grind it down in a drawn position and keep going and going until there's a winner, you deserve that extra point. You deserve 3 points rather than 2. I think that would stop a lot of the draws. It's just my opinion.
I'm sorry. I think I have Geary on the line and he disagrees.
Thank you, John. No, so the soccer scoring system for chess. Right now, of course, you draw the game, you get a half a point, you win the game, you get a full point, you lose the game, you get a 0. But in the soccer or football world, as we know, in the leagues around the world, a victory you get 3.
Yes.
And on a draw, both sides get 1 point.
Right.
Now, essentially, that system is great. And what you're doing, of course, is you're encouraging victories, and we all like to see wins. But, you know, there is a law of unintended consequences, right? You get situations where players are, you know, they're very happy to win 1 game and lose 2. They get the 3 points. It would really impact, it would have a very meaningful impact on chess. There have been a couple of tournaments that has been tried.
Yeah.
And in all the tournaments, as far as I'm aware, including the London Classic, it was actually very well received.
Yeah, it's an interesting suggestion. I've never given it too much thought, and I haven't seen that many tournaments that have employed the system.
It was Beal, Magnus.
There's been a few. There have been a few.
It was London Classics,
right?
Where it actually heightened the drama because a last round swing could
right.
be 6 points.
And I think that's a good thing for chess.
Keeping the drama alive.
Keeping the drama alive. I think I would be open to the possibility of the soccer scoring system, as they call it. It's not what I want to see change, but I think it would be a detail that I would also prefer over our standard scoring system. Then again, as I said in the interview, we don't need this. We don't need draws.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's toss it over to Maurice and Eric. Good question, gentlemen.
Excellent question. Our fans watching are coming up with the good stuff. We need your questions all the time to make this show interesting. Yes, I think that uneven scoring would be interesting. I think you try it after you change the time control, though. The first question is change the time control and deal with the draw issue, because you're still going to come back to that. Time control and draw issue. Players might take a little extra risk, but here's the reality. As we said, it is not like Anish was trying to draw today. It was not like he was trying to draw against Nakamura. It's not like he was trying to draw against Fabi. He simply screwed it up and drew, right? That's all that happened. So it's not like he's not trying to fight. And I think in this generation, people are more gladiatorial, more combative than ever. They're trying to win. The draw result is not what they actually want to see happen. And as much as I am against the draw, I hate penalizing the draw, because the draw is such a natural result from a fight. You're trying your best. Now, I do hate like quick draws where you repeat moves in 10 moves, and that's just completely